For almost 20 years, this individual has kept money in his bank account. He started his investing journey fairly recently. Now, he wants to retire in 11 years, but he also wants to get his daughter married in 6 years. Can he do both of them? Today, let's find out. Sushmit, welcome to Portfolio Breakdown.
Hi.
Today, the portfolio comes to us from Indore. The gentleman runs a small tours and travel company based out of Indore. He has utilized Deserve's consolidation feature really well. We can see mutual funds, stocks, fixed deposits, and NPS. Put together, the portfolio's current size is 1.61 crores. But unfortunately, for the reasons of this episode in Portfolio Breakdown, we will only take 1.3 crores, which is the equity and stock mutual fund. Now, the remarks that this person has kind of given to the Deserve retirement calculator is that one, he's 49 years of age, wants to retire by the age of 60. So that's 11 years. He also wants to get his daughter married in the next 5 years when he is 54. And for which this individual has kept approximately 1 crore as withdrawal from his current portfolio. So starting immediately, the first thing that I'm seeing is the performance of the portfolio. I can see the portfolio's IRR has been 18.6%, whereas the benchmark has given 17.5%. So just going in, this is fantastic performance, by the way. Like, I have to say that the individual has done a fabulous job.
Yeah.
The second thing that I'm seeing, the individual has started investing fairly recently. I can see that the first investment that the person made was actually in 2018. So about 7 years ago, when this person was about 42 years old. And that's about 50% of today's portfolio is that. The interesting thing is that the person invested only once. So what are you making out of this portfolio?
Very interesting. So I think, first things first, we call these investors one time or, one hit wonders or one time investors. They come in, they hear about public markets or equity markets. They come in, dip their toes in and never come back. You'll be amazed sometimes most of these people that we have encountered, they don't even know or remember how much they have put in and what's their worth, right? So when an app like Deserve comes up, they download the app and they realize that, oh, this is the money that I have. As you showed, now there's an amazing feature where you can see all your assets in one place. The best part about having such investors is they have tasted success. Right? They know that if you spend 6 years, 7 years in equity markets, you invest for the long term, you end up making money, right? I mean, as you said, 18% IRR is fantastic, right? I mean, it's really good, which means just imagine 18% IRR is doubling your money every 4 years, right? Wow. Which means in 20 years, your money will be up 30 times, right? That's a lot. But the sad part is, I think he forgot, right? That he should continue investing. So 2018, 2020, he invested a little bit of money and then kind of left the market for some reason.
Yeah, I think I can see that about 90% of his portfolio's current value has come from those one-time investments that this individual made in 2020.
Yeah.
And ever since then, not 1-2% here and there maximum. So what do you think about these kind of investors? I mean, see, we can't debate the fact that there is no performance.
Yeah.
Whereas, these people have not followed the usual rules of investing either. Yeah. Right? So it seems like right now there is no issue.
Yeah.
Where does this start becoming an issue?
The issue really comes, as you rightly said, right? Retirement in 11 years or getting your kid married in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, these are what we call fixed timeline and fixed expenses. You can't escape from it, right? He'll turn 16, 11 years, right? That's the only thing you're sure about. Everything else is unsure, which is how much returns you'll make and so on.
So what would you first solve for? Would you first solve for maybe the daughter's wedding corpus? Would you solve for the retirement corpus? And how would you solve it?
Yeah. So, going back to the compounding formula, A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole part T. This person has solved the most difficult equation, which is R.
Yeah.
Right. Now you have to use P and T to get to the retirement corpus, right? Unfortunately, this person started late. Yeah. So we don't have the luxury of T.
Yeah.
Correct.
So given that the first investment was in 2018.
Which was when he was 42.
Yeah, which was 42, right?
42, right?
Which I'm assuming is a little late.
Yeah, quite late. So the only way you can solve for this is by putting in more money, right? Which is P. So we don't have any details of his SIP or his inclination to do SIP.
Sure.
But if you start building that in, then your retirement becomes a little bit more safer and more comfortable.
Sure. So essentially, you're saying is that the one thing that this individual needs to do is to start an SIP,
Yes.
right? And like why his behavior, and I think we said it off camera that this is not a portfolio breakdown. This seems like a behavior breakdown.
Absolutely.
Just one-time lump sum investing has gotten so far,
Yeah.
but with the commitments of withdrawal that he plans to have, he needs to do something. And what you're suggesting is that he must start an SIP, which should help him get to his retirement goal as well as his daughter's goal.
Absolutely. I think, and funnily enough, if you've ever planned for a 1 crore wedding 5 years down the line, the only thing you can be sure about is it'll be more than 1 crore.
Yeah, right. Weddings are notorious to go over.
Yes.
Right?
So, I think it is better that he saves up right now and puts that money to work than trying to retire late. So, what is the other option? The other option is that this person retires late.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. It's better to save and invest earlier than retire late.
So, as per the calculation, Sushmit, if he takes out 1 crore for his daughter's wedding in 5 years and he wants to retire in 11 years, is it possible?
It is possible, but it will be cutting it too close for his own comfort, right? So, for example, by the age of 70, this gentleman will start having almost no money in the bank, right?
Right.
And, the other thing that we all have to be cognizant of with the advancement of medical studies and healthcare, we all are going to live a lot longer.
Yeah.
Right? The average expectancy is already moving up towards 75, 80 for our country. So you have to plan financially for at least a 90-year journey, life expectancy.
Right.
So I think that's definitely not there in the current portfolio that exists.
Understood. One more thing, Sushmit, that I was seeing in this portfolio, right, is the number of stocks. This individual holds 110 stocks. Is that advisable? How does one manage a 110 stocks portfolio along with like another 20 mutual funds?
You don't. I mean, you don't match. Beyond a certain number of instruments, you realize that the portfolio manages you. You don't manage the portfolio.
Right.
So when you have 100 stocks and 33 lakhs, you are hostage to whatever is happening. Right?
Sure.
There's no way you can control it.
Understood.
We have done this exercise time and time again.
Sure.
And we believe that the best way to ensure you are set up for returns is simplicity and low cost. The only way to ensure that you have simplicity is to have a lesser number of instruments.
Yeah. In fact, if you think about it, he has 120 odd stocks, but not a single index fund in the portfolio.
Right.
Could that have been a way to get exposure to the similar number of stocks?
Yeah, I mean, you could. But I think, frankly, this gentleman seems to have a knack of picking up the right fund, right? Let's give credit where it's due. And the rest of it is what we call, distractions, right? And sometimes you get caught up in it. And, if we just move this stock money to mutual funds, that could simplify his life. And, sometimes the other thing that we observe with a lot of people is they don't do SIP or they don't do systematic investing because they don't know where to put the money.
Right.
They have 150 instruments.
Yeah.
They don't know where to put the money. So just simplifying the portfolio helps you also to allocate.
Sure. Between a stock SIP and a mutual fund SIP, what would you recommend here?
Mutual fund SIP, always, 100%, right? Again, my request to all our viewers is that fund management or stock picking is a full-time job, right? There's a reason that the mutual fund industry employs nearly thousands now of analysts and fund managers, and they do this day in and day out. Just because we don't need a degree to be a fund manager doesn't mean everybody should become a fund manager. Right? You get a powerhouse mutual fund investment team for 40 to 50 basis points a year. Right?
Why do you want to do it?
Why do you not do it? If somebody delivers a coffee to you and charges you 2 rupees for 500 rupees order, will you go and make coffee on your own? You won't. Yeah.
Awesome. One last part about this mutual fund was the cost of the portfolio. Right. I am currently seeing direct funds is about 70%, regular funds is 30%. The overall cost of the fund is 1.7% a year.
Of regular funds.
Yeah. Right. So would that matter anything in making sure?
Yeah, I mean, he has 30% regular funds, so he could, if he moves it to, let's say, direct funds, he could save 30 basis points. Yeah. But as we discussed, right, for this gentleman, I think
performance is not the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it is very, very critical right now that he is able to put in more capital to work right now and simplify so that he knows where the capital is going.
Got it. So in summary, this individual at this point, with beautiful performance, can still not retire if he withdraws 1 crore for the daughter's wedding. But if the individual can start an SIP, that number should be very, very easily doable.
Yeah.
So instead of doing this lump sum once in a while kind of an investing, go with SIP and invest every month and reach both of the goals, retire in 11 years and get his daughter married in 5 years as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sushmit, for doing this. Super valuable insights as always. See you in the next episode of Portfolio Breakdown.
Thank you so much.
If you would like to review your portfolio on the Deserve app, scan the QR code on the screen or download using the link in the description below. If you would like to get featured on this series and have your portfolio reviewed, fill out the form by clicking on the link in the description below.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.